welcome to my channel. My name is Zena Kenneth. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not new here, it didn't take me over a year to do another video. What? Full disclaimer before we begin, I am not a doctor, nor do I claim to be. Everything I share is just my opinion. I could never replace quality care from a quality medical professional. Please make appointments with your doctors and keep them if you have any concerns. I'm strictly here to share my thoughts and opinions, maybe help make navigating your disease a little bit easier. Today, I want to talk more about invisible illness. This term is used to reference any number of medical conditions that are not outwardly obvious to even medical professionals. This term encompasses such a broad range of illnesses, including liver disease, diabetes, heart disease, cancer, the list goes on and on. Even psychological and mental illnesses are classified as an invisible illness because it's not always outwardly visible. And of course, what falls under that? Autoimmune disorders and autoimmune disease as well. Please comment below if you're struggling with an invisible illness or if you have been affected closely by a loved one who has been struggling with an invisible illness. No matter what, you are not alone, and there's actually a great many of us out there. Currently, it is believed that about 10% of Americans are struggling with a condition that would be classified as an invisible disability. 96% of people with a chronic meaning persistent and long-lasting, 96% of people with a chronic condition are suffering with an invisible illness. That's 96%. That's almost everyone with a chronic condition. Can you imagine all those strong warriors out there quietly suffering on the inside? Yeah, well, I'm one of them, and you're probably one of them too. Just thinking about all those strong warriors out there suffering on the inside, it really gets to you. It's honestly horrible to think about, but it's something that I can relate to almost spiritually, because now I too am a chronic pain sufferer with an illness that no one can see, and I, for the most part, suffer in silence. A disability that is so debilitating, but even fellow disabled people give me sideways glances and angry stares for using an elevator instead of the stairs, or parking in a handicapped spot and getting out and walking out, especially if I forget to bring my cane or wear any of my braces, or a knee brace or a hand brace, that something that makes it visible that there is in fact something wrong with me. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Just the judgment when people don't know what's going on inside. It sucks, but I try and nudge it off. Like, I don't care what you think about me. I don't care what you think. I'm here for my salon pause and my biofreeze. Please spare me your burning glares and your silent judgment. Thanks. It's hard to really comprehend so many people out there relating to my own personal struggle. But in a way, reading that makes me feel less alone. There are so many conditions out there, and I genuinely do love meeting new people and connecting with others who have different kinds of illnesses that are not all like obvious and considered invisible disabilities, because when you speak with them, their stories sound eerily similar. No matter what the illness is, it seems there's a common struggle among sufferers of invisible disabilities. I want to hear your thoughts, stories, and experiences with invisible illness. Please comment below or email me and tell me all about your story and experience with invisible disabilities. Tell me all about it. Okay, so I've been fighting my battle with invisible illness for some time now, but I'd say officially 6 years, since it's been a part of my daily life. The only thing I can say that applies to cancer, autoimmune disease, as well as pretty much any other invisible illness, is that whole health maintenance matters. This means that quality of life is of the utmost importance and can be the definitive factor in whether or not you can achieve actual remission. I personally take a whole body approach to my health and treatment, and it has made all the difference in my life. This includes diet. I'm not on an incredibly strict diet. In fact, I eat the snacks that I want when I want them. I don't restrict myself completely, but I just try to eat balanced for the things that I like and include a lot of anti-inflammatory foods, antioxidants, and vitamins that I know that I am deficient on. I try to replace them in my diet. It doesn't mean you have to go on like a crazy binge diet or something that's super strict like that. Just having the consciousness of wanting to eat better and making better decisions for yourself on a day-to-day basis makes a huge difference in your life. Because having extra weight for somebody like me with my condition, it puts a lot more strain on the joints than necessary, and that can speed up the progression of disability as well as the deformities, and that is not pleasant. Exercise. For me, this is adaptive day to day for my capabilities, which change day to day. Some days I can walk further, move further. Some days I can work more with my hands, and other days I can work more with my legs. So I listen to my body, pay attention to what it's telling me, and try to stay active enough but not overdo it. It's a very delicate balance and took me a while to master, and I still overdo it way too often. But it's very important to get daily exercise, not weekly. I need daily exercise. And for me, exercise is as simple as literally walking from one side of the house to the next some days. Some days that's all I can do, and that is a win. PT and OT. This is super, super important. Why? Because this keeps my joints and my muscles stretched and allows me to strengthen so that I don't begin to atrophy, because then I can actually lose the ability to completely walk, which I have done in the past. This may seem obvious, I mean, at least to me, but making and keeping all appointments with your physicians is very, very important. I see my PCP and his team regularly. These are the people that I deal with the most often, and they are the people that have saved my life more times than I can count. They are the ones who monitor my overall care and make sure that all the treatment that I get all around is effective and most effective and safe for me. If you don't have a primary care physician yet and you do struggle with autoimmune disease, I would recommend finding either a doctor in internal medicine or maybe a doctor of osteopathic medicine if you can. If not, just find an excellent general practitioner that will really listen to you and really advocate for you. Because trust me, you will need it. An excellent caring practitioner can be a life-changing thing. And for me, it was the absolute difference whether I lived or died. Additionally, of course, I regularly visit with my rheumatologist, as well as my dermatologist, orthodontist, and ophthalmologist. I also have a therapist I visit with regularly, as well as a palliative care team. I will get into greater detail on the breakdown of all these different physicians and professionals that I do visit, and talk about more the importance of their care in my treatment and how that has changed throughout my diagnosis. I'm telling you, it takes a village to keep me alive and standing upright, which I don't do ever. The last recommendation I could make, which would also seem kind of obvious, is take your meds the way they are prescribed. But honestly, really get to know your body and the effect that these medications have on you. Don't take medications just to take them, and always weigh the pros and cons of all side effects. Most, if not all, medications will have some sort of side effects on you when you take them, which is why it is so important to know yourself and be in tune with your body at all times. This is so that you can be more aware on what you need to bring up when you go to the doctor's office. Then it will be easier to determine on what might be new symptoms of your disease, progressing illnesses, or what might be a side effect to current medication usage. Side effects versus symptoms is a juggling, balancing act I am constantly playing on a day-to-day basis. This is important because you can very easily end up on way more medications than you need to based off of side effects for medications that you could have just either altered dosage on or physically changed the drug entirely and not had the side effect with another medication. So instead of adding new medications to counteract the symptoms of the side effects that you're getting, you're now adding 2 more medications for, let's say, headaches related to a medication that you're taking. All you would have to do is take a different medication and not have those headaches anymore. Kind of makes sense? This is why I constantly say it's very important to stay vigilant and vocal with all your doctors and medical care professionals. They don't know everything at all times and can't be expected to. Not only that, even the best physicians with the best intentions is probably overbooked and overworked and has a lot on their mind. So they may not be able to consider all the factors and everything at once. So it's really important to just remind them, hey doc, this, and this. And it really makes all the difference. You want to stay knowledgeable in all the treatment you receive. I research everything. That way, I can always advocate for myself in any situation. And genuinely, there have been times when my doctors have told me that this has made the difference in whether I survived or not. Basically, me advocating for myself was a possibility in saving my own life. And that is the most affecting thing for me, because I know that I have knowledge that the average person does not have, and an understanding of the situation that the average person does not have. Not everybody has anyone advocating for them or can even advocate for themselves. And that's scary because you can die. Not only that, it's really sad. But that's why I'm here now, to help and give the advice that I can as far as what I've been through, because God forbid if it's something as simple as a small side effect. I just want to help people get and feel better in any way that I can, help you not feel so alone, even when it comes to something as simple as side effects to a medication. We're all struggling out there. 96% of us with chronic illness are suffering with a silent disability. We are not alone. 10% of our entire population are struggling just like you. Like, comment, and subscribe. Take care of that mental, physical, and emotional health. You get one life. Make it the best one. Take care. Bye-bye.